Have you noticed how every method to help you stop using your phone, it's always missing one feature or one thing? In this video, I want to show you how you can finally put an end to your phone addiction. It's all in here. Let me show you. We can go from a normal looking iPhone full of apps to this, where we only have the default apps or whatever extra apps you want to add, but you won't be able to change it once you set it. Now let me show you how we can do this on your iPhone and not using an app and not using screen time. Welcome to the Apple Configurator method 2. Let's begin. Just open the App Store and search and download Apple Configurator 2. Open it once you download it. Just make sure you actually plug in your iPhone. Just right-click and hit prepare. This is because we need our phones to be supervised in order to apply any custom settings. In here, all we really want is menu configuration, supervised devices, and allow devices to pair with other computers. Now before you turn away, and I know that you're tempted, let me show you this. Because let me ask you, do you want to go from this to this? It's up to you. Keep watching and it will happen. Just ignore this and hit next. Just so you know, we can enroll our devices with an MDM, but we're gonna skip it for now. This is fun. We can create our own organization, and this will show up in settings. Just hit skip. Put in your name or whatever you wanted to show up in settings. I just put my name. Just select generate a new supervision, but if you've done this before, you can choose the second option. Feel free to customize this, but I just leave it with all the steps. Now just a warning there, by hitting prepare, we will be factory resetting our phones, so make sure you back it up before you do this last step. And the real question is, are you going to press the button? Are you going to prepare it? Now we're going to make a profile. A profile is like a recipe for all the different settings we're going to apply to our new phone. Just make sure you give it a cool name. Here is where we can add a password to our profile so that we can't remove it easily. I will probably recommend that you leave this empty for now, but we'll come back to this soon. Next, head over to restrictions and click configure. I normally leave this whole area as is, but feel free to have a look because you might find something that is helpful for you. Click on apps and feel free to check or uncheck any box that might be helpful for you here, but come down to restrict apps. And we are going to select only allowed some apps. This is where the magic really begins. Let's start by adding all of our default apps. In here, we're going to have to add the apps we really want. And only the apps we add will show up in here. I forgot to tell you, but I've actually uploaded a default profile containing all the default apps, so you don't have to waste your time adding every app one by hand. So this should save you a lot of time. So feel free to customize it and change it and add all the apps you want on top of it or remove the default ones. I personally removed the podcast app. I wonder what apps will you remove. Anyways, let's keep watching. You will have to add the App Store. And don't worry about having the App Store on your device. Only the apps you select in here you'll be able to download and nothing else. But the reason we also need the App Store is in order to keep the apps up to date. And here's the magic of this method, is that we can have things like WhatsApp and Maps in any app we want and keep them up to date, but nothing else. Now to the last piece of the puzzle. Now just so we realize how cool this is that we're grabbing the apps we want, putting them on our iPhone, and then only be able to access those websites. But even better than just accessing those websites is that we can actually keep them up to date, because we're gonna have things like the App Store. Look, this is really cool, and this is unique to the Apple Configurator 2 method. You won't be able to do this with just screen time or even some other apps. This is just so cool. Let's keep going. Go to content filters and click configure. In here, we're gonna select built-in specific websites only. And what this allowed us to do is to still keep Safari, but only access the websites we put in here. And what I would recommend is that you add in all your schools, university, government websites, and nothing else. But actually, before we do this step, let's leave it blank for now, and we'll come back to it. Because some apps will not really let you log in if this setting is on. For example, Gmail or Office 365. But don't worry, we'll come back to it soon. Now, there are lots of different settings you can change with this program, and feel free to have a look, but I've only found restrictions and content filters the most helpful for dumbing down our phone. Now, once we're happy with our profile and we have the apps we want and nothing else, then we're going to save it and we're going to deploy it to our iPhone. All we have to do is find the profile, wherever you downloaded it, right click it, click on share, and we're just going to airdrop it to our iPhone. Just click on airdrop, click on your device, and just make sure that you have your iPhone open, and let's install it. Let me show you what it looks like once you've airdropped it. Just click close, and this is what my phone looks like at the moment. Lots of different apps, lots of things to get myself distracted with. But watch what happens when we go to settings, go into profile downloaded, click on install, put in your password, install again, yeah, go for it, and that's it. Check out what it looks like to my home screen now. Clean. This is what it looks like if you only have the default apps and nothing else. Now let me show you what it looks like to download an app from the App Store that is not in your profile. Let's have a look at Instagram. And this is what you get. You just can't open it. And this is going to happen with any app you try to install that is not in your profile. How good? And the beauty is that any other app that you do have installed will still get updates through the App Store. So the coolest part is that we can have exactly the apps we want, have them up to date, but not be able to install any other app. So you can still install WhatsApp or your bank app or whatever else you need. Let's go back to Apple Configurator. So now we've set everything up, but now we're going to take it further. Let's reopen our profile and let's start to add all the websites we want to be able to still access through Safari. In here, I recommend putting things like for your university or school or government or work or whichever apps you must access. You could also put your restaurants, things like that. And this is what it looks like when we try to access a website that is not in our list. It's just not going to let us. And this is the power of this method. What are you going to put on your phone? Please let me know in the comments below. But we can take it even further by ensuring that we cannot even access our profile after the fact. Now, before you do this, I'll recommend that you please live with this system for at least a few days, if not weeks, before you put a password. After you grab yourself a random password from ChatGPT, open your profile and paste the password in the security section. Now just save your profile, and once again we're gonna airdrop this update profile with the password to our iPhone and reapply it. And before we lose that password, let's go to Lockbox, make an account, make a new box, and in here we can give it a name, and here we can paste the password. What's unique about this website is that we can say for how long we must wait until the box is unlocked. I'll suggest 7 days, but feel free to try longer. And for a relock, maybe 2 to 3 days, just to make sure you have enough time to grab it when you need it. And once you lock it, you can click unlock, and then you'll have to wait for whatever amount of time you set until you can access that lockbox and grab that password. Now, one last time, let's open our profile. This time we're going to delete the password and we're going to save it. And this means that we can still modify our profile, but we won't be able to add it to our phone because it won't have the password. So we're only going to be able to apply this profile once we retrieve the password from Lockbox, add it to our profile, and then airdrop it again and apply it. So in this video, what we've essentially done is that we grabbed our iPhones. Here we go. We grabbed our iPhones, we've plugged into our phones, used a software by Apple to supervise them, meaning we can apply custom settings to our phone so we can change the things that we need to restrict this to only have the apps we want, so that we only have the websites we want and exclude everything else. And then we went one step further by locking this system and putting the password in a lockbox. And for us to get that password in the future, we need to select unlock and then wait whatever amount of time we've selected, and then grab that password once the time has elapsed, put it back into our profiles, put it back into our phones, and then we can start applying our new profiles. And what I think is so unique about this method is it means that we can customize it so that it fits for everyday life. And what's powerful about this method is that because it's unique to you, I think you can actually do it every day and it's sustainable. And this is where I feel like a lot of other methods fall short, because they're so restricted or so inconvenient that yeah, you might last a month, maybe a year with it, but eventually because of a job or a situation, you're gonna have to give it up. But this can change with you. So I really hope you found this video helpful. Let me know what's your perfect configuration on your iPhone. And if any of you are watching this and you have an Android phone, let me know if you'd like me to do a similar guide, but for Android. I think I can do it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.